What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica. We are down here. Oh my God, I have time. I don't have to go. I can make another video. Oh my God. Go ahead and like, subscribe, comment. Let me know you stopped by. Please don't forget to like the video. Like the video. So we are down here, girl. We just finished talking about New Jersey. We don't have nothing to talk about. So let's go on the blogs and see. I sponsor the now. I sponsor the blog. Let me tell you something. Some things on the blogs. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, you know what? Okay, let's see. Bethany Frankel explains that the Hamptons aren't just for rich people. It's not only for rich people. There is an African American community and a Latino community. They only put African American in the title to trigger the people, but she also said Latino. I want you to hear what she said. I heard Bethany talking, and I wrote for her if I were her publicist. I wrote what I would have said when she got caught up in this. She was on her live and she was talking about the Hamptons being diverse and how that it's not just rich people that live in the Hamptons. There's a Latino community here and there is an African American community here as well. Yeah, it's not just rich people. And so there is this thing where wealth is equated to whiteness, right? And that she's not the only one who that particular program is embedded into how they speak. That's like a microaggression. Like she doesn't even realize that. She said that she probably doesn't even realize that she equates wealth to whiteness. Because what she should have said was, yeah, the Hamptons is really diverse. There's not just rich white people here. There's rich Latino people here and rich African American people here. It's like all kind of people here. We have a very diverse group of wealthy people in the Hamptons. It's not just rich white people. Nobody would have had an issue with that. But it's the way that she said it. Now listen to the way that she said it.
Hamptons is an amazing place because it's farm meets beach meets woods, and there are all kinds of people here. It's not only rich people. That's not a joke, okay? There are all kinds of people. There is a big Latin community here, big. There is a African American community here on the beach, beautiful houses. I had a house there one summer. Hamptons is an amazing place because it's farm.
Did you hear her? She didn't even realize what she said. And that programming is not just in Bethany. There's black people, white people, all kind of people who have in their minds an unconscious correlation of whiteness equaling wealth or wealth equaling whiteness. This idea that only white people can be rich. Right? I want to read some of the comments. We been knew who she truly was. She knows as well. Claudia says, I'm so sick of this. Y'all say you don't even realize the way that y'all equate blackness to struggle. It's the same thing. It's the same exact thing. Not y'all, but y'all. The same way that you see black, that's the reason why when she said that, it's like people perk up like, wait a minute. There are rich black people and rich Latino people. Why would she say rich and then say there are other people here and not include the word rich with those groups of people? Because we've all agreed in some weird way or another that wealth and whiteness run hand in hand. And that's a deep embedded program in all of us that we have to unlearn. No, the fuck she didn't. Wow. So African Americans can't be rich? And then you're triggered. Knowing what you know about wealthy Black people, why are you triggered by that? Instead of understanding that the way she said it doesn't even seem like she even realized what she said. And then understanding and acknowledging all of us have been programmed like that, that it just comes out. It just comes out. You don't even realize what the fuck you said. I really believe that she does not realize what she said. Girl, don't get maced. The Hamptons was predominantly Black before others showed up, and it's probably because y'all can't stop inviting people to cookouts. I swear, I get what she's saying. She's saying it's not just rich white people here, but she left out so many context words. I'm crying because she's about to get ate up. Exactly. So, rich is a synonym for white? Yes, that's what you have been programmed to agree. A lot of this shit is just fake programs that you have agreed to with other people. The way that there's so many Black people who cannot, for the life of them, let go of the victimhood template. They can't let it go. They equate their identity to struggle. That's the only way that you can be deemed Black, is if you done gone through some fucking struggle. Because you, as a collective, these melanated people have equated their skin tone to struggle. So it's the same exact thing. You even equate speaking well to whiteness. The same thing. All those little things that we have been programmed, little chips placed in us, little things placed into you. And now you're talking, yes, it's not only rich people in the Hamptons, there's an African American community, there's a Latino community. We know what she meant. But she's literally speaking a program. She didn't even realize it. Folks been really showing their true colors. Y'all know damn well what she meant. We say the same thing. As soon as we move to a nice neighborhood, we say we move to the white part of town, or welcome to my Caucasian home. Everybody calm down. Stop making everything about race. It's rare to see Black people in certain parts of Cali. That's facts. I'm not a huge fan of her, but this is not worth making a big deal out of. Black people are rich too, baby. Who's gonna tell her? We been knew who she truly was. The Hamptons, okay. Now Bethany. So African American, okay. Damn, I guess she's saying with Black jobs, what? I guess she's saying people with Black jobs can live in the Hamptons. So she equates rich to white. Okay, Beth. So do y'all. So do y'all. There's some groups of Black people who even equate getting an education to whiteness. So when you want to come at Bethany, you got to don't act like that kind of programming is not present and actively running in other communities. The same shit. And what she should have came out and said was, hey, y'all know what I meant. I live in the same society you live in. I've been programmed with the same bullshit. I did not realize that I left out rich Latinos, rich African Americans, rich white people. I didn't make those things clear. But I'm unlearning too. I apologize. I'm sorry. Y'all know I did not mean to say no shit like that. And just come out and be honest. Because we all are unlearning this white, male, heterosexual, Christian, thin programs. We're unlearning them actively, updating our operating systems. Because all of this shit is not doing anybody a good service, of good service. It's killing everybody. The way that we've thought, the way that we relate to each other, it's killing people. All right. That's all I had to say about Beth. The Trap Witch. Shout out to the Trap Witch. She got into Amber Rose's ass because Amber Rose has been endorsing Orange Julius. And Amber Rose has come out and said that for her, this cookie jar built, refrigerator built man who we know who he is. I don't even need to describe all the adjectives I have about to flow out of my mouth to describe this asshole. And she said he is the epitome of an alpha male. And just like I said yesterday, I was on the phone with somebody and they were asking me about Amber Rose, and I said she's a slut, and just like the slut that she is, she's been bought. The ultimate slut, doing a man's bidding against your own self-interest. You're a slut. You are absolutely a whore. But the Trap Witch, shout out to Tatiana, she had something to say. As a previous sex worker, she had something to say to Amber Rose about saying that Donald Trump is the epitome of an alpha male. Now you already know what I'm triggered with and the images that come up in my head when I hear the word alpha male. When I hear the word alpha male, the imagery that comes up for me are wolves in captivity. That's it. So it is a accurate description of these animals. Yeah, wolves in captivity. So Tatiana had some poignant words to say to Amber Rose about how she's presenting herself. So I want to read them because I thought they were good. And she tags Amber Rose. Amber, and this is why people thought the slut walk was a joke. There's a theory I like to call Ho Madam High Priestess theory. And you couldn't teach nobody to overcome the stigma that's put on marginalized people, especially experiencing whore phobia. And that's because you are proving you can easily be pimped out by especially the white male patriarchy. Black China has a better turnover. As someone who thought you'd be more for women, especially those you claimed you supported with the slut walk, sis, you not like us. Years ago, Amber Rose came out with a slut walk. I had hopes for her, but unfortunately, there's something I call the whole Madam High Priestess theory. And the problem is Amber never graduated from Ho to be taken seriously and still hasn't. I say this respectfully. Someone once told me there's a smart and a dumb Ho in the industry, and Amber has truly shown me why she isn't responsible enough to be the voice of marginalized women, especially those experiencing whorephobia. This is beyond endorsement. This is about values and understanding that some assume all women who come from walks like us are desperate, immoral, and non-evolutionary. Anyway, I'm proud of Black China, dark feminine, divine feminine, dark feminine energy, Lilith, Oshun, woman's work. So here is a woman saying here. Oh, hold on.
When people get on the internet and say that Jocelyn knocked the Mario Queens out of Amber Rose, I absolutely believe it. Absolutely 100%. I think she did a little bit way more than that, but yes, she did. She definitely knocked the Mario Queens out of that girl, because the fact that she just did a complete 180. I just literally sat here and watched a clip of this woman talking about Donald Trump is an alpha male and that she sends protection for him, and that's why she's going. Girl, shut the fuck up. Because you know, and I know, we all know that the reason why you're going for Donald Trump is because you're getting paid to do so. You're not fooling anybody. You're not fooling me. You're not even fooling yourself at this point. We all know that the reason why you are endorsing Donald Trump is because he is paying you, not because he's an alpha male, not because he gives protection, not because he's for women's rights. Because, by the way, he's not for women's rights. When people get on the internet and say that Jocelyn,
you already know what he is. He is the epitome of the underbelly of America. And that's why all of the credence come out of the fucking walls when he gets up there. Cuz that's what he attracts. That's what he attracts. And just like the whore you are, you slut. Yes, you've been bought and everybody knows it.
and like, why is all this negative energy?
Here's Black China.
Mm-hmm. You get my money. I'm like, man, like, why is all this negative energy keep coming towards me? Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm not doing nothing. I'm minding my business. I'm making my money. And it was the way how I was making my money. You know what I mean? And like, when you're doing certain things a certain way that's not right, yeah, you'll make the money, but all the negativity gonna come with it. Right. You get what I'm saying? And then while you making so much money, you're not gonna be praying as you was before you even got to that point. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I just had to really just eliminate a lot of those things that just wasn't serving me. Because I'm like, I already been there, done it. I already know what it's about. And it's just going to lead me down the wrong rabbit hole. Mm-hmm. So I was like, nah, I'm good. And I'm like, man, like...
Mate, I'm not going back to America, yeah? Because she's nasty. She's trashy. She's classless. She's freaky and she's sleazy. She's a nasty girl. A nasty. Put some clothes on, yeah? Mate, I'm not going back to America, yeah?
Let's read some of the comments. I went to the slut walk several times and supported laws for sex workers to change in California. Not that all these laws are being followed. There was positive change at that time because of a movement. Humans are fallible, which is why we should not idolize people on podiums. The irony to sit down between Carisha and Black China is so crazy to me, because Carisha really needed that message, didn't she? Amber has always been disingenuous. I believe her self-loathing seeped its way into Kanye, which made him more susceptible to succubus. You would drain him at the same time, the way he made Kanye more susceptible to a succubus who would drain him the same way she did. She could have really just voted for Trump and never told us. Exactly. But it's good she's showing her colors, so she never is in alignment with such mics around things she truly doesn't value. These type of situations also remind me of people with schizophrenia. I wouldn't be surprised if down the line she has a mental break or has been dealing with it heavily behind closed doors. It's all in her mannerisms. Schizoid personality disorder. Amber Rose makes the scalp of my soul itch vigorously. Seems like the sex worker was self-serving for the things she's going through and ultimately not for the betterment of women. as was her proximity to causes that some women hold deeper than just money, which is why she's just basic level hoeing. I mean, whoever took her seriously, though, even from Kanye days, her being a fraud was clear as day. And if you still believe afters that Jocelyn situation, child, go reflect and clean house. I used to love Amber, but as time went on, she showed that she could be easily bought and not grow. Angela definitely has grown as a woman, and I'm here for it. There's no way to say it respectfully, but you said what you said, and how others interpret it or add victim mentality to it is none of your business. When a person has no respect, they can't receive it elsewhere. Good morning. This tea made me laugh. I went to every slut walk and it empowered me too because of the other women and the opportunity to heal myself. But this is saddening and once again proves to put faith in myself and not idolize others' so called platform. And her son is black. What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? Do y'all just make the statement like the obvious statements? And she has her son is black. Okay. Y'all better go on TikTok and hear these kids, these multicultural, multiracial kids talk about their racist mamas and mother's side or their father's side, whatever side the parent side that's non-black. Typically, if the I'm not going through this. I don't have nothing to say about it. Her son is black and what? That don't mean a goddamn thing. Her family did not want her to marry Wiz Khalifa. Say they so black to y'all. Since Amber Rose is so black, why didn't her family want her to marry Wiz Khalifa? Why did they protest her wedding and not show up if she's so black? It's not even like, remember the other day I was like, American, white American, black. There's black people all over the world. They're not even in that little group. Nah. Why did her family not want her to get married to Wiz Khalifa if they so black? Girl. All right, so that's all I wanted to say about that. So tell me what y'all think about Amber Rose being a slut. A slut. Okay, let's see what's on the Shade Room. I don't ever go to the Shade Room. Kobe Bryant's dad has passed away at 69. Jelly Bean Bryant. Amber Rose makes a speech at the Republican National Convention. These are my people. This is where I belong. Girl, they about to run a train on you. They about to run a train on you, and then Jessica Lee is gonna do a song. The leopards ate your face. What are the what was it? What's the song? The leopards ate my face. The way she be. Hold on, I'm about to. Hold on. Here. She sings a song to people who do the work for the patriarchy and then end up effed up. Hold on, let me find it. Whenever I see that damn guitar, here it go right here, so you can hear the song.
Releasing all of her. Haley has said she's releasing all of her 97 delegates, but we're also hearing from her spokesperson that Haley is not invited to the Republican convention. This even as she drops her delegates and urges them to unite behind former President Donald Trump. Haley's longtime spokesperson said to me, she's not invited and Trump is entitled to have the convention that he wants. I never thought the leopards would eat my face. No, I never thought the leopards would eat my face. So I changed my name to hide my race, but they put this brown girl in her place. No, I never thought the leopards would eat my face. Slow it down now. I never thought the leopards would eat my
It'd be the ad libs for me. Bitch said, I never thought it would happen to me. It's always the ad libs for me. Oh my God. I love it. I can't wait till I cannot wait until she makes a song for Amber Rose, because the leopards are definitely, after they fuck you silly bitch, they're gonna eat your goddamn face. I cannot wait. Amber Rose is a joke. She's a joke. She's a joke. I don't even want to hear what she has to say. Let's see. Marosa speaks out following a girl. Bad Baby details trauma of a troubled teen program in a Max docuseries. Chicago rapper Little Reese denies raping a woman in Los Angeles. The whole story cap. I believe her. So if it's so cap, sue her. Okay, let me see. There's no real interesting. Oh shit. It says judge presiding over the Young Thug YSL trial removed from case. A major change has occurred in the ongoing gang and racketeering trial against Young Thug and alleged associates. Fulton County Chief Judge Raul Glanville has been recused from the case following a controversial private meeting with prosecutors and a key state witness. The ruling issued today, July 15th, determined that the court has no doubt that Judge Glanville can and would continue presiding fairly over this matter if the recusal motions were denied. However, Judge Glanville's removal is necessary to preserve the public's confidence in the judicial system. As previously reported, Young Thug's attorney Brian Steele slammed the judge last month after learning about an ex parte meeting in the judge's chambers, demanding a mistrial over the incident as no one from Young Thug's legal team was present during the discussion. You're not supposed to have communication with the witness who has been sworn in. However, Judge Raul Glanville pushed back, sentencing Steele to 10 weekends behind bars, no more than 20 days, for not sharing who informed him about the meeting. Following an appeal, Steele's request for an emergency bond was granted, and he avoided any jail time. Girl, that's a mess. Well, for me, if it's clear, I mean, you can't really. It's not even anything that you can really depend on. But if the evidence is there, then hopefully it comes out to get these people off the street. Sometimes the judges be so like they want the people off the street. They want to put them behind bars that they're willing to compromise the whole little thing. And I feel like it's just a bad decision on his part. And like, why would you do that? And like a mistrial can happen and everybody's out. And then you got to do it all over again. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Hopefully they get a judge, and I don't know. We'll see. What happens. Diddy allegedly told Vibe editor that she'd be found DEAD in a trunk of a car over a magazine cover dispute. In a revealing essay, former Vibe magazine editor-in-chief Danyel Smith detailed an alarming encounter with Sean Combs. Allegedly, the music mogul threatened her life amidst a dispute over a magazine cover. Crazy and entitled. That's why you have to strip them of all of their money, because the money is giving them access, and the access is allowing them to behave like this. And because they have money, other people are going to allow this level of ignorance to continue to go on, where this man is just terrorizing everybody he comes in contact with, not just women, men too. And for some reason, there's a lot of you who feel like he's being done wrong. And people are just, they're why are they speaking now? Because if a motherfucker can come into the space where you lay your head and have somebody put a fucking bomb on your car and your shit blow up, you wouldn't speak either. You would wait until the threat has been neutralized in some way. So that, is it okay to come out and say something now? He's already threatened to kill me. What are you talking about? To have me in a trunk? Danyel recounted an incident from 1997 where she selected Diddy as a cover of the Vibes December-January double issue featuring him in angelic wings inspired by a Warren Beatty film poster. The issue was set to feature two cover versions, one heavenly, the other hellish, without Diddy's approval beforehand, which was in line with the publication's policy. However, when he learned that he wouldn't have an option for final approval, Danyel Smith claimed he attempted to force his way into the Vibe office with security guards, demanding to see the covers. Fearing for her safety, Smith was discreetly escorted out of the office to evade confrontation. According to Smith, Sean Combs later called the office and allegedly threatened her over the phone, stating, "I will see you dead in the trunk of a car." Smith responded firmly, insisting he retract the threat or face legal consequences. Shortly after, Smith contacted her lawyer, who then contacted Diddy, and an apology was subsequently faxed over from the late Last Night artist in an attempt to defuse the situation. Just when the debacle seemed to have been resolved, Danyel recalled the Vibe magazine servers were stolen before the December-January issue made print. She wrote, "It was almost time to send pages to the printer, and the whole issue was saved on those servers. All the editorial changes, all the pages with advertising adjacencies, and that had been paid for, the clients gone." The incident prompted speculation of involvement by individuals associated with his label Bad Boy Entertainment. However, the issue was eventually recovered as Vibe's art director had a copy on a separate disc. Whoever that art director was like, "Bitch, I'm about to say this because these motherfuckers are crazy." They knew something was wrong. They ended up coming in there stealing the shit. His apology was bullshit, as with all apologies. As with all his apologies. Can we wrap this up already? We get it. Evil Diddy. Someone says, "What year? Speak now or forever hold your peace." The people, the comments y'all leave to be like completely like acting like, "Oh, can we just get over this?" No. He has rained terror on people for over 30 years. There are more than just 10 people who have had experiences with Puffy, Sean, Brother Love. Girl, give me a break. Give me a break. All right, y'all, that's all I got to talk about right now. I think I'm all caught up of the stories that I want to talk about. Let's just go to the neighborhood talk and see. 50 minutes ago, Irv Gotti hit with an alleged SA lawsuit from a woman he dated from 2020 to 2022. That was just 4 years ago. Claims that he made her perform unwanted sexual acts, had to get committed to a psych ward. Irving Domingo Lorenzo Jr., aka Irv Gotti, plaintiff Jane Doe. My stomach is growling. Plaintiff met Irv through a mutual friend at a poker tournament in 2020. He invited them to go to a vacation to St. Martin, which he agreed. After flying to St. Martin, Gotti coerced plaintiff into having sex with him. Gotti specifically threatened plaintiff that he would send her home if she did not comply with his demands. Accordingly, and due to his power and influence in the music industry world, she complied. Following the trip to St. Martin, Gotti and plaintiff entered into a relationship where for 2 years she suffered constant abuse at Gotti's hands. Why are you dating Irv Gotti? The Yelp reviews are out. Why? For the money and the power. And you see what when they have money and power, do you see how they turn that power and abuse it and then end up abusing you? How many more people does he have to abuse before you realize that you are not going to be any different, ma'am? Clearly, here we are. During the abusive relationship, Gotti demanded plaintiff perform unwanted sexual acts and often berated and scolded her. Notably, in January 2022, Gotti flew plaintiff out to Miami, and the two stayed at the Four Seasons, where he forced her to perform oral sex on him in an elevator. Later in the summer of the same year, he flew her out to Atlanta, and he again forced her to perform oral sex on him in an Uber. Following this event, the relationship ended. As a result of the sexually abusive relationship, plaintiff has suffered severe emotional and psychological harm for which she had to be committed to a psychiatric ward. These injuries continue to affect plaintiff to this day. Moreover, plaintiff has been made aware that Gotti is slandering her to his vast social network in and around Los Angeles. Plaintiff realleges and incorporates the preceding paragraphs 1 through 15 as a fully set forth herein. Defendant's sexual offensive actions were conducted in his individual capacity and intended to cause harmful and offensive contact with the plaintiff. A harmful, offensive, unprivileged, unpermitted contact with the plaintiff actually occurred as a result of the defendant's intent. That's sad. Well, she talked. Let's read some of the comments. How did it progress into a relationship after the first situation of him threatening to send you home? Exactly. I don't like blaming victims, but it made no sense. You'd be surprised. A girl told me a few months ago she still hooks up with the guy that tried to R her. It's a mental thing. I had to reread it to make sure I wasn't tripping. Same way Ashanti was sleeping with him for her career while he was married and now claims she was taken advantage of. But y'all didn't say anything because it was Ashanti. Not the same thing as Ashanti's relationship went downhill after they built trust and a relationship. Why is she suing instead of filing a police report? Because when people are the way that the laws are set up, it's hard to get criminally charged for things that happen when you were in a relationship, especially sex. The way that women go after women as if the laws aren't set up not to protect you when a man uses sex to abuse you, and y'all act like that it's not happening. So the ultimatum he gave her was have sex or go home. She willingly stayed and then decided to follow this nonsense some years later. Now y'all post every day about getting flued out. She was a city girl from the 305. Somebody go take 50 phones before he wakes up. Wait until 50 sees this shit. Girl, he ain't got it. I believe her. No, he was about to assault me or send me home. If I was in danger and someone said that to me, if I wasn't with it, I would have took the L and went home. Anyways, go home, ladies. Don't let anyone harm you after they offered to let you go home. Yeah. Somebody said, okay, she felt pressure to have sex, but then got into a relationship. Make it make sense. I don't even know what to say, how people find themselves in relationships with people who have harmed them. Obviously, this person is not dealing with a healed personality. Obviously, they're operating from wounds and places like that, because that is the only explanation for why you continue to be in a relationship with someone who sexually abuses you. The first meeting of you all meeting and he sexually abuses you, you do not go back and enter a relationship. Any woman who would do that, obviously something is wrong. Right? The abuse didn't happen once you were in the relationship, and therefore you're like, oh, I feel like I can't leave. But the abuse started on the first meeting. So that should have been the time to cut everything off and then go to the cops and say, hey, I went on a date. I went to St. Martin with a guy. And when I was there, he forced me to do this. But every time you saw him, he abused you sexually. Maybe you didn't realize it was abuse. I don't know. Maybe you were on drugs. Maybe he, filled you up with drugs. Maybe it was the sex act you were entering, like these things where you guys are playing this like choking game and this kind of kink shit with these weird ass niggas who can flip like that. They're not trustworthy enough to play those kind of sex games with. You will end up abused because they're not having sex because they enjoy you. Do you know that, right? Do women know that the men are not having sex with them because they enjoy being with women? They're having sex with you because they want to ejaculate. We know that, right? Because there's like studies that say that heterosexual women are not satisfied in their sexual relationships. So we have that understanding. So if you add on to that sex play that's like kinky and like violent and choking, and you add that to it, there's no line there. They're going to step over that line and you are going to end up abused. So be mindful playing these weird games with these weird ass niggas, for real. So I don't know if that was what was happening and this is what y'all playing this game. I don't know. And then you're like, wait a minute, what he's doing to me, I'm not enjoying it. This is not, I don't know. We don't know what the details are. As a direct and proximate result, defendant's intentional acts, plaintiff suffered temporary and permanent injuries, as endured significant pain and suffering, both mind and body, and will continue to endure such pain and suffering in the future. She has incurred medical expenses in an undetermined amount and will continue to incur medical expenses in the future. How much is a lawsuit worth? Or it doesn't say. It doesn't say. Hold on, let me see. I don't see any dollar amounts in here. That's sad. But Irv Gotti shouldn't have access to women. Based on Irv Gotti's history, he should not have access to women. No woman should be in proximity with Irv Gotti. That's one thing that women are gonna, like I said, I think it's just a rite of passage for women to be a woman to be abused by a man. I think that's just what and it's so fucked up to say, but it's just like nobody listens. And it's like there are men, especially these public figures, who are violent. It happens in regular communities. Women will hear about a guy and they'll still give him a chance. And it's just like, maybe he has to beat your ass up in order for you to get it. But for me, I would never knowingly go into a relationship with somebody I know has abused another woman. I don't even understand how, knowing that I was physically assaulted by my son's father, I don't know how he was able to even get married. Yeah, they've divorced already. But I don't even know how he was able to get married after knowing what he did. He put his hands on another woman 7 days after giving birth, and you thought he would make a good partner to you? What made you think that? What makes you think? What about you makes you different than the other woman? What? And all you do is act like you're a better laborer. That's the way that you say that you're a better woman than the next woman. and you are competing with other women for violent men, unhinged men who use sex as a form of violence and abuse. Why do you think you would be different? Furthermore, why do you think he will change? Because y'all are still available for him. Irv Gotti should become an involuntary celibate man. But no, y'all need dicks stuffed up your ass, and hopefully they got 2 little money bags on the side, and y'all running right after them. Y'all be running after niggas with fucking rabbit ears out of their pants. I gotta go. So hopefully she gets restored in every way. It's awful. I don't know why you would go back after one time. First meeting, you abused me, I'm going to the cops. What are you talking about? So I don't know what's wrong with the girl, but we'll find out. I guess the story will keep developing. Anyways, y'all, take care of each other. Protect your energy. Take care of your goddamn self first. Stop acting like you need to be connected to a man all the time. Honestly, it's costing y'all your mental health, your physical health. Some of you, it's costing their lives. Some of the women, their lives. There's nothing else that I can say. Anyways, take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.